Hi, this is Selva from Machine Learning Plus. So today we are going to see how to set up a Python environment for machine learning. Now, before we get started, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and the bell button. It doesn't cost you a dime, but it will tremendously motivate me to keep making more such videos like this. Alright, so for this project, we'll be using the Anaconda distribution, which provides the Conda environment. Now, naturally the very first question is why use even the Anaconda distribution? Why do we need to use the Conda environment when we can simply install Python? For example, if you go to python.org, you will find the download button. You can directly go here and download. Right now, the latest version of Python is 3.11.2. You can simply start downloading this and start writing your code in Python. But this can cause various package version and dependency issues. Let's try to understand what can go wrong when you start working on machine learning projects. Now let's imagine you already know Python and have started working on a machine learning project. Now this project uses a specific version of Python 3.7.5, right? So every time you install Python, it has a specific version. Likewise, when you work with Python, you will be using various different packages. Here I have mentioned packages like pandas, numpy, matplotlib, and so on. Each of these are various packages that we will be using for doing various machine learning operations, data manipulation and machine learning operations. Now, pandas, I have not written out the exact version number itself. Imagine this is some sort of a version here. Pandas version 1, NumPy version 1, Matplotlib version 1, I have written out over here. This will typically be a certain string, 0.22.1, something like that, right? There will be various versions here. So right now, your project 1, you have started working on it, uses this particular version of Python and various versions of the individual packages also. Now, you have completed this project, or this could be currently running also. At a later point in time, you have started working on another new project, maybe three months down the line. After you started project 1, you started another new project. At that point in time, there came a more recent version of Python. So when you started this project, you sort of upgraded Python to a newer version, say version 3.9, right? And this project in turn uses a lot of the same project that your earlier project used, right? So this used pandas, panda certain version 1, and numpy version 1, and so on and so forth, right? This uses various versions, but this also uses a new package that in turn requires a more recent version of pandas. For example, this package, once you install it, this requires you to upgrade to say from pandas version 1 to version 2, a more recent version. Because of this upgrade, the code that you had used earlier in project 1, you had used version 1, right? Now this has changed to version 2. You have upgraded this because you introduced a new package here. Now because this uses version 2, some other package here could have been using pandas version 1. Now this dependency is getting affected. Since this is requiring an earlier version of pandas, upgrading this can break your code, right? Things can break here, right? So the solution to this is, instead of sharing the packages between the two different projects, instead of sharing this, you create an environment, a new Python, or rather a Conda environment, where all the packages that is required for Python 1, project 1, is being installed within this environment. Likewise, when you start the new project, a brand new environment is created that does not interact with the previous environment, right? That does not interact with the previous project's environment. A completely new environment is created, and all the projects that are required, all the packages that are required for project 2 resides in this new environment. Now, of course, by doing this, you'll have to install various packages like pandas, numpy, all these packages. You will have to install it multiple times in various environments, but they won't interact with each other. And that will be well managed by Conda environment itself, Conda package itself. So now let's start installing the packages and set things up. I'm going to be referring to this particular blog post. I will leave a link to this blog post in the description so that you can also go and check here if you want to refer this particular blog post. Now, let's start by installing Anaconda. Here are the steps here. We scroll a bit. The first step is to install the Anaconda distribution. So first step, visit Anaconda website. Here it is. Go to www.anaconda.com. Inside projects, inside products, you will find Anaconda distribution. Now, at the time of you watching this video, the layout of this page might have changed, but whatever the layout is, try to find Anaconda distribution open source. There is also a paid version called Anaconda Professional. We don't need this. We need the open source version of Anaconda distribution. All right, so go here. Once you go here, depending on what operating system that you are using, you need to download that specific version of Anaconda distribution. All right, so here I'm using Windows, and it's showing Windows by default. Now, if you're on Mac or Linux version, Linux OS, please use the respective, click on the respective icons here, and it will take you to the right Anaconda distribution. Download it. Installing this is similar to installing any other software. Simply install it, go with the default settings. At the end of the installation, it will create something called the Anaconda prompt. Right here at the bottom here, I'm opening what is called the Anaconda prompt. Now this is how it will look like. This looks very much similar to the command prompt that you will have in Windows, but this is quite slightly different. Now this is the Anaconda prompt. Make sure you will notice this wording here, Anaconda prompt, and you will have a base in the beginning of the prompt. You will have this written out. This will let you know that you are inside Anaconda prompt. Now, if you are using Mac or Linux OS, you can simply go to your terminal and write all the commands that we will be seeing here. Right? Everything else remains the same. If you are using Mac or OS, go directly to the terminal and not to the Anaconda prompt. Anaconda prompt is only for Windows users. Now, to differentiate it clearly, I'll also open the regular Windows command prompt. Here, this is the Windows command prompt. You see the difference? In Windows command prompt, it does not start with Anaconda. Right? It does not start with Anaconda, and there is no base written out here. This is the name of the environment. The name of the environment. This is base by default. We are going to be creating a new environment in this one. All right, let's see how to do that. We clear the screen. All right, so let's close this. We don't need this. Now, once you install Anaconda, you will have a link in your desktop, an icon on the desktop, or you can go to the start button and go to start and search for Anaconda. Anaconda. Anaconda prompt will come. You can click on this and this will open. All right, you can do it either ways. Now, once this is installed, now our first step is to install Python. But before we install Python, we need to create a Conda environment. How to do that? Let's see the syntax. Scroll down. Here you have the syntax Conda create dash dash name followed by the name of the environment. By default right now, this environment, when Anaconda was installed, this environment name is base. This is the base name of the base environment. We are creating a new environment. At the time of creating, we are also specifying Python equal to a specific version. This can be a more recent version. I think at the time of creating this is 3.11. Maybe this got upgraded to a more recent version when you're watching this. So whatever is the version that you want to install, just specify it here and that will get installed here. All right. So I'm going to just simply copy this command. Copy this command, Control C, copy it, and go to Anaconda prompt. Now, typically, you will have your own project folder. This is not a mandatory step. You can simply run the Conda create at this folder itself. This is a users folder. I don't want to do it here. I'm going to cd to first. There's a folder called first project. This has no impact. I could have run Conda create the previous step itself. This is not dependent on which folder you are currently in. Right now, I am running this Conda create hyphen name mlenv. Let me give a new name here, mlenv2. All right, give a new name, and this version of Python we are going to install. I'm going to hit enter. This will install. This will create this environment mlenv2 and install Python 3.7.5 as well. Both of this will happen. All right, so it's asking whether we need to install all these packages. New following packages will be installed. Just hit S, Y, and then hit enter. All these is getting installed. Let it happen. All right, so it takes a bit of time. It won't take too long. Let it complete and then we will continue from here. All right, so it has completed. Now we have created the environment MLENV2. Here itself it is saying in order to activate this environment, use Conda activate MLENV2. All right, activated. Now you see here right at the bottom here, the base now has changed to MLENV2. This is the environment name. All right. Now, if you if you go here inside first project, right, to see the contents of first project, I'll do a dir and current directory is dot. Nothing is here. This directory, first project directory is empty. Even though we installed a number of different packages at this point using this earlier command we did, right, conda create. Even though this installed a number of packages, the contents of this folder is empty. It does not get installed in this place. We don't care about where it gets installed. Everything is handled by Conda. I'm not really bothered about it. What I really want is concerned about is this particular environment has all the packages that we just installed. Or has not we haven't installed package. It has this specific version of Python is associated with this particular environment. Now it's time to now it's time to install the packages. Go back to the web page. So here we have the commands. To install packages, use pip install and write the names of the packages. All right. If you want to install a specific version, you could do pandas equal to and the name of the exact version. That also you can do. Here we are just by doing pip install just pandas. This will install the latest version of these respective packages. We are installing 4 different packages: pandas, scikit-learn, matplotlib, and cborn. All right, so let me control C this, copy this, and go to Anaconda prompt. Let me clear the screen and paste this. Pip install pandas, scikit-learn, matplotlib, cborn. Let's run this. This can take some time. So I'm going to pause this and resume once it is done. Okay, notice here, we try to install only 4 packages, right? But it has installed a number of other packages also. These are all dependency packages. At the end of the day, we are installing these. We need scikit-learn, pandas, matplotlib, and cborn. But these packages have certain dependencies. For example, pandas requires numpy, so that also got installed. All right. So we have everything installed to a CLS. In the next step, we are going to install the IDE, the Integrated Development Environment, where we will actually write and run the code. That IDE that we are going to use is Jupyter Lab. Besides Jupyter Lab, there are other IDEs such as VS Code. Let me write it down here if you want to use VS Code. You can also install Spider. You can also install PyCharm. These are some of the most popular IDEs where people write code. But just for this project, we are going to simply use Jupyter Lab. This is perfect for most machine learning projects. This will display all the charts and everything, the data sets, everything inside Jupyter notebooks. So we will install this and use this for this project. All right. So let's install Jupyter Lab. The command is straightforward. Pip install Jupyter Lab. Go here and run the command. And that should install Jupyter Lab. After this is run, we can simply call Jupyter space lab that command to start the Jupyter Lab instance itself. This can take a bit of time to run, so let's resume this after the installation is complete. So this took a bit of time. So we only wanted to install Jupyter Lab, but this in order to use Jupyter Lab, this has a lot of dependencies. All these packages were installed in order for Jupyter Lab to work. Now to start Jupyter Lab, you can simply issue the command Jupyter 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 space lab. On hitting enter, this should open a new tab in your default browser. So I'm right now using Chrome. In Chrome, it opens a new tab for Jupyter Lab. This will populate all the entire Jupyter Lab IDE where we will be writing our code. So this is the Jupyter Lab IDE. On the left hand side, you have the file directory. No files here, so it's blank right now. You can start a new notebook here. and start writing our code here itself. So that completes the setup. So to put it simply, install Anaconda distribution, create a new environment in Jupyter in Anaconda prompt, then install Python. At the time of creating the environment itself, you can install Python. Then install the various packages. Then install various packages. Then install Jupyter Lab. Then issue the command Jupyter Space Lab, and this window will open. This is where we will be writing the code.